So, how to beat prank kids? They're not complicated at all. I mean, to simplify it, they're floaters. They're not that different from like burning bliss or go keys, drag rulers, or anything of that nature. They float. You use them to link or fusion summon. They float. Then it's the fact that they have graveyard effects. We're used to that. They have fusions, which have a couple of them have quick effects. This one, Butler, has a quick effect, and Washer has a quick effect. Rocket does not. And then it has Link Monsters. Rooster, it has a quick effect. So does Bow Wow the Park. And Doodle Doo doesn't. So you have at least 4 monsters from the extra deck, from the archetype, that do have quick effects and 2 that don't. And then they have spells and 1 trap currently. They have a combo where we can get 2 prank kids dropsies on the field and go into a totally awesome. So that's us. It's a basic strategy. There's different variants of this deck, but this is the basic one that I like, and it's basic, right? So it's simple, straightforward, but there could be different creative variants, maybe a Shadal variant, just the invoke version, so forth and so forth. But for now, the deck is relatively simple. Not rocket science in order to understand how they work and how to beat them. They all have the fact that when you link or fusion with them, they float. They bring a prank kick monster from the deck onto the field. So there's deck thinning involved in that, which is always useful. Obviously, they can link up the link ladder. They have their individual effects. Rock will allow you to discard a card to draw a card. Ramp will allow you to do 1/500 damage. Dropsy will allow you to gain 1,000 life points. Life gain is always good. You definitely want to use that one the most. Because you can win in time, among other things, right? And then this one lets you send a prank hit card from your deck to the graveyard. Combo wise, you'll use this to try to send some of the spells and traps to the graveyard. I personally only really like using the Pandemonium. So that would be the only card I'd be sending to the grave and bringing back and then using on my opponent's turn. If I could send any prank hit monster I want and bring back to the graveyard to the field, like Dropsy, so I can go into my totally awesome play. So that's how I prefer to play them. And of course, I'd be using Rocket in order to get that strategy off. And using cards like Instant Fusion and whatnot. So the deck is more monster heavy, like more monster effects that you have to deal with. And then there's the chain blocking aspect to it. And of course, they're trying to link in fusion, fusion link in the same turn. And then on your turn, they want to, fusion or link to get effects off. So you definitely want to do stuff that will prevent them from special summoning and whatnot. Central Archfiend is, it's not equipped like MST and whatnot, or Twin Twister, or even a Cosmic Cyclone. You can use these cards against the Prank Kids Plan or the Pandemonium, especially with the fact you don't want them to reuse the Pandemonium. You want to be able to get rid of them or get rid of any other potential card they have that they use to fuse and stuff. Try to reduce the fusion capabilities. The main thing is the ability to recycle anything that lets them fuse, right? But in general, it's the fact that you'll typically want to use it against this or this, Prank Kids Plan or Prank Kids Pandemonium, the Cosmic Cyclone, because again, like I said, they recycle them. You want to get rid of them permanently to make it harder for them to recycle, because then they're going to have to draw or search out extra copies in order to use them. But also being able to get rid of them before they resolve their effects or before they can even do anything. Because instead of you playing, a whole bunch of monsters, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to play a whole bunch of monsters and then your opponent plays this, infuses into something problematic. Like, definitely don't want them to fuse into this, because then this has a quick effect of destroying all your monsters. You don't want that. So you definitely want to cyclone this while your opponent has it set. Cyclone it, get it out the way, Same as this, they activate this, try to use this effect so they can link on your turn. Then, you want to cyclone that, especially if you want to protect your back row. Such an Archfiend, is decent because of the fact that you can put in your pendulum zone, pop it, and attribute to pop one of your opponent's cards. You could pop this or this if they have it, or if they have a floodgate in general. It's always good to get rid of. Same thing with Cosmic Cyclone. Anything that prevents special summoning, that will always be good against any deck, period, in general. Especially you could catch your opponent off guard by summoning this before you even make any other play. Just summon a Fossil Diana, or any of the barrier monsters, preferably ones that don't have the same attribute as any ones in the deck. And so far, as you can see, most of the monsters, the Link and the fusions, and even the main deck monsters, there's no light and dark. So you can use the dark barrier and the light barrier, side them in, if you're side decking. But if you're already maining these because you already have a deck that can utilize them, search them, play them and stuff, that's always good. Summon it and you'll prevent special summoning, or anything that's similar to these effects that could prevent them from summoning. Especially when it comes to the fusion monsters, they're high levels. So if you play something like, what's his name, Evil Sworn, Ophion, right? It's been a long time since I've seen that name. Ophion? Funny that I'm actually, yeah, I pronounced it Ophion. For some reason, it didn't seem like that was his name. Or something else. But Evil Sworn Ophion, opponent can't summon low 5 or higher monsters. Can have a special summon, so something like that. I could even throw this into the deck. To the side. Like, if you have an Evil Sworn deck, boom, you got that as an option. Or a Swarm deck. You can also use Steel Swarm. It's been a long time, but anyway, Kaiju. If they have something problematic on the field, typically it would be something like Totally Awesome, or they might have, Rip Roar on the field, or they might have Battle Butler already set up on the field, just waiting for you to do something. Typically, the best strategy would be for them to use Pandemonium or Prank-His Plan to do more of a surprise attack, and where it's like, well, can't kaiju what's not already there, right? It'd be hard for you to kaiju, the monsters that can't quick effect destroy everything inside the field type of stuff, if they're not even on the field yet. If they're on the field, kaiju, right? But if they're not on the field, then you gotta deal with the back row. But that's why you try to focus on getting rid of the back row to help you out, or at least play something that these, they can stop these, again, stuff to stop special summoning. Because these two cards specifically are for the purpose of special summoning. So obviously, Fossil Diana, barriers, Archlord Christia, even a freaking Evil Sworn Ophion, things like that can stop it. The fact that those spells and traps, you can obviously use stuff that negates spell trap. Having stuff that can't be destroyed by card effect, or just in general, when they are destroyed, they float, they replace themselves, like with Burning Abyss, other decks, mirror match aspect. You always want to be prepared for your stuff to get destroyed, and hopefully it replaces itself. Always try to play stuff that replaces itself. DD Chrome, they do some form of graveyard manipulation. The good thing about DD Crow is that you can chain it. Since they try to do chain blocking, you can chain it on top of what they're doing and then target anything in the grave. So it doesn't have to be chained directly to something, it just has to be on the chain. Just chain on top of all the stuff they're trying to do and then get rid of something. More to try to reduce the chances of them creating totally awesome. You can banish the totally awesome. If they milled any of the spells or traps, you can again target them, get rid of them so that way they can't have them to use them. Because milling them, send them to a graveyard to set them onto the field, it's part of the strategy. So, DD Crow. NC spell fragrance, if you go first, obviously, they're playing stuff like polymerization, infusion, things of that nature. They have this, they have to set it first. Granted, this Pandemonium is a quick play, and they pretty much want to use it more on your turn than their own turn. Still, forcing them to have to set their spells, is slows them down. Won't stop them, but it will slow them down, and then you just gotta, take advantage of that. Recall, Ultimate Providence, Divine Wrath, Solemn Strike. These are cards that can negate monster effects. Some of these can negate other things like this. Solemn Strike can negate summonings, right? Other Providence can negate spells or traps, so that can have some use. Not only can negate, but also destroy, so that way you don't have to worry about them keeping something in the field. And there's other cards you can use, but these cards are relatively useful for when they already have something in the field that you want to prevent. And the main thing is you're not trying to prevent all the little ones, all the main deck ones from getting their graveyard effects, but you want to prevent obviously the big ones. You want to stop Butler, effect of destroying all your monsters, or Rip or Rooster from destroying all your back rolls. So you want to focus on negating their effects. When it comes to link summoning, obviously strike, warning, stuff like that can negate their summons. They could obviously try to chain block to prevent you using using any Divine Wrath or some strikes negation ability. It's just a matter of when you use it and how you use it. Obviously, determines the effectiveness. Silent Judgment. Either stop one of the spells, traps, or monster summoning. Whether it be inherent or not, or artifact, warning, same thing. Warning can't stop a card that has the ability to special summon monster. So you can use warning to stop the trap or fusion spell, or just even an inherent link summon. Reducing how many monsters they can summon per turn, to make is useful. Preventing them from having multiple monsters with different feature types. Also the same thing with attributes. So the deck is very mixed on feature types and attributes. So Rivalry Warlords with a match, very good cards to slow them down or shut them down, whichever way. Again, with the whole contributing to, as a quick play aspect, which makes it hard, because once they tribute as a cost, it makes it hard to respond to it. Something like Railer would be useless against something that tributes itself as a cost. But there's other cards you can obviously use. Anything that resolves on graveyard is interesting. I don't have Call by the Grave, but you can probably use Call by the Grave as well. So just put it in here right now since I mentioned. I know those people could be like, "Oh, Call by the Grave is a good out of the grave in any creative way, even if it's just to get rid of a material, a prank kid monster in the graveyard that they try to bring back with like rockets effect or something like that. Do something like that or whatever. If you could use this against Rocket to prevent his ability, great as well. Or however way you want to do it. Super Poly, since Super Poly can't be changed, it'd be good to use it to fuse Butler or Rip Roar, and especially in a hero deck, you can use in those decks of Super Poly and create something like Absolute Zero or something like that by using Rip Roar as a material and a hero monster, and you can make Absolute Zero. And it's pretty decent because Absolute Zero, if it leaves the field, you can wipe your opponent's monsters, all your opponent's monsters, can come in handy. Like a built-in nuke, basically. Already talked about Evil's Ophion preventing the summoning of the fusion monsters, which you want to stop more so than the link monsters. But stop link monsters if you can, since their effects is about destroying and doing stuff in general. Having something that's unaffected is always useful. The strongest monster in fusion is 3000. Strongest link monster is 3000. They could even go into like Horror Sword, right? Or Warlord, one or two. It doesn't matter. They can link into stuff that they want. And most of them probably won't be strong enough to beat an Ultimate Falcon. Rongo Bongo, pretty much the same thing. With the more materials he has, the harder it is for your opponent to play their Prank Kick deck. Obviously, this will work with any deck that has to do with monsters. Since a lot of the Prank Kick monsters get their effects from the graveyard, and the deck is kind of graveyard centric, then Abyss Roller obviously is a very useful card against that. Totally awesome. Can let you negate anything, whether it be a monster, right? Spell or trap. More likely you'll probably go for a spell, or you'll try to negate one of the fusions or link monsters' abilities, totally ignoring any of the little prank kits, any of the little main deck monsters, and just going for the real problematic stuff. And then being able to steal those cards and use them for yourself is always awesome. As well as you can see, the deck does make its own totally awesome if need be. It's good that if your deck can make it. Or in the mirror match, you can use your totally awesome to help you combat prank kit deck that you go up against while you're playing. Playing dinosaurs equals Volca can be 2 monster effects in a single turn just by detaching material. So that's very useful. Celebrating Infinity, same thing, can negate a spell, trap, or monster effect, depending on the situation. Typically, you might want to stop just, the fusion. Prevent them from fusing, prevent them from immediately getting some advantage. And you force them to have to link, summon, and whatnot to try to build a board, try to get some advantage. Again, spells help them start playing really fast when it's strong, so negating when it's notoriously useful. Xian, F.A. Dawn Dragster, can be useful depending on what deck you're playing. Stardust, their 2 main effects is destruction, destroying spells, spells and traps, and destroying monsters. Stardust is generic, relatively useful in that regard of preventing destructions. If you get it out, soon, early enough. They use a Mega Fleet to get rid of either Rip Roar or to get rid of Butler. With something as simple as Cyber Dragon or a Core or whatever. Just if they're ready on the field, just get rid of them. And then, you know, something like Belzio the Dialogue Dragon can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. So, you know, the main thing is the whole can't be destroyed by card effect, which makes it very useful. And it's 3,000, so it can run over and beat down any of your opponent's pancake cards, you know, link monsters. Run over totally awesome, obviously. And so it's a really good, you know, just having a good strong boss monster that's hard to beat will already give you the ability to beat, you know, pancakes and almost any other deck, obviously. And be the end of the video.